Hello everyone and welcome back to another video. My name is Jerry and I'm hailing you from the Antari shipyard. And today we're going to be doing another re-review video. We are looking at the I.R.W. Algeron pack. So without further ado, let's just go ahead and jump right on in here. So the first card in the pack is the named ship, which is the I.R.W. Algeron. This is the D7 class Romulan version, 3132. Tech Weapon Crew, 18 points. This is coming from a TOS episode. I believe this is from Steal the Cloaking Device, where Kirk goes undercover as a Romulan to steal a Romulan cloaking device. So, the main text here reads, when attacking with your primary weapon, if your ship is not cloaked, during the declare target step, you may perform a one forward maneuver before choosing an enemy ship to attack. Not bad. You definitely, when I play Romulans or Klingons, I typically want to be cloaked. But there's something to be said here for the ability. So, I don't know. And a quick example I can think of is maybe the opponent is in range 2 and you really want to get them in range 1 for a fairly hard hit, and the Algeron's already not cloaked. Then maybe you could take this ability, move one forward in your maneuver template, and hopefully that movement will get them inside of range 1 for you to get that extra dice. Going to the next card in the pack, you have the generic D7 Romulan Starship. This was recosted thanks to the animated series pack. Same stat line, except you're losing a shield. You also lose a tech slot, so you only have weapon and crew, and then you got your standard cloaking bar. You got the D7 movement card here. Fairly nice movement card for a cloaking ship. You can see the 3 turns are white. The only red maneuver on the card is the come about. So the first captain you get in the pack is actually a fairly good Romulan captain in my opinion. You got Liviana Charvenek, skill 5, elite talent slot, cost of 3. Action. If your ship has a cloak action on its action bar, place a cloak token beside your ship and then immediately perform an additional action from your action bar as a free action. She doesn't really jive well with the ship ability, but she gives you a free cloak, so you can definitely put her on some of these other Romulan ships. And there's a different version, another version of this card in this pack, because this is a double-sided card. So the other side of her is the Admiral version with the same text. +1 captain skill, elite talent slot, cost of 3. She is the version that I really like to play if I'm going with a Romulan build. I pair her with a card like Laris from the animated pack, where Laris wants you to sensor echo to get an extra attack dice in battle stations. Liviana gives him the ability to do those echoes because you are going to cloak and then do another action. So you can cloak and then sensor echo. So she gives you 2 actions for the price of 1. Next captain in the pack is Tall. If your ship is not cloaked, you may perform a battle station action as your standard action. Even if the battle station action is not on your ship's action bar, you cannot perform any free actions during this round in which you use this ability. Skill of 3, cost of 2. So this card more aligns with the I.R.W. Algeron's main ability. So this card definitely ties into it. So he pairs well with the Algeron. You get that battle stations token, and maybe he's the captain, and that's the situation where you want that ship to just squeak into range 1, where you're going to hit them hard with an extra dice that you get from range bonus, and then you have the battle stations there to convert. The elite talent slot or card in this pack is Cloaked Attack. When attacking with your primary weapon, during the roll attack dice step, you may discard this card and spend your cloak token to gain +2 attack dice. Again, this pairs well with the Algeron itself. Definitely works hand in hand here. You could definitely use Tall with it. Yeah, not really much to say. It probably is expensive because you're losing your cloak token. You're spending your cloak token, so you immediately get your shields back, and then you lose the defense. It's not flipping your cloak token, it's spending your cloak token. So there's a difference there. But the trade-off is you get +2 attack dice, and then if you're in range 1, you get +1. So you could push the Algeron's primary weapon up from, I believe it was 3 up to 5, and then 6 with a range 1 attack. The next elite talent slot is the Command Pod. When defending, during the compare results step, you may discard this card to cancel any 1 die result. This upgrade may only be fielded by a captain assigned to a D7 class ship. 4 points for this. I believe this is very expensive for this type of card and what it does. It's a discard. I would say at the very most, this should really, if they were to come back and revisit this, this is probably a 2-point card, if that, just because it cancels 1 die result. And I know that 1 die result can make or break a game. It just seems very expensive, and there are cards that are cheaper that do the same thing. So if it, like I said, if it were ever to be revisited, it's probably a 2-point card. And then we've got Plasma Torpedoes, another copy of these. This is a 3-point time token version. It's a 4 dice attack at range 1 to 2. Spend your target lock token to disable this card. Oh, I'm displaying the wrong one. It's a time token, so spend your target lock and place 3 time tokens on this card to perform this attack. You may re-roll all of your blank results 1 time. So everything's the same except for the disable here. That's my apologies. It is a time token card, so not much to say here. Standard Romulan weapon. Cost 3 is actually not too bad for it. We get to the first tech in this pack. It is Impulse Drive, and this tech has actually been errated, and I will link the errata in the description below, but I will also read what the errata says here. So what I'm going to say is different from what's written on the card. You may disable this card when you perform a wipe maneuver, if there is an auxiliary power token besides your ship. If you do so, you must still skip your perform action step. You may then remove an auxiliary power token from beside your ship. No ship may be equipped with more than 1 impulse drive upgrade. And that's the errata. So again, I'll link that in the description below. The crew in this pack is the Romulan Technical Officer. Disable this card to place a scan token beside your ship. You cannot perform the scan action as a free action this round. This upgrade may only be purchased for a Romulan ship, and no ship may be equipped with more than 1 Romulan Technical Officer upgrade. So, cost of 2, not too bad. Giving you access to those scan actions. It's very limited these days, especially with Vulcans and scanning coming back. There's a lot of scan shenanigans that you can put out there. They do cost a little bit more than 2, especially if you want to put them on a Romulan ship. You'll get a faction penalty, but they don't restrict how many skins you get to put next to it, especially if you got cards that will give you scans for free action. So that was it for all of the cards in the pack. We're going to be looking at the mission viewer now. So the mission that came with this pack is the Steal the Cloaking Device from the TOS episode I was mentioning before. Looks like you can have 2 players for this and 6 mission tokens as the special components. A Federation ship crosses the Romulan neutral zone on a covert mission to steal the Romulan's cloaking device. After successfully taking the cloaking device and retrieving its crew member from the Romulan ship, the Federation ship must return to Federation space with the stolen cloaking device. Alright, so the second side, this is the setup. The Romulan player, you're going to get 90 SP, including exactly 3 Romulan ships, which must include 1 Romulan D7 class. None of the Romulan ships can have a hull value greater than 3. In addition, none of these Romulan ships may use the cloak or the sensor echo actions, even if they are on those ships' action bars. So, definitely setting this up for a TOS style game. If you want to be thematic with it, you could have a D7. You could also play the Romulan Bird of Praise from the TOS era. That would be the Vore de Vore, and the 2 others that I can't think of at the top of my head at the moment. The Federation player, you get 30 SP, including 1 and only 1 Federation ship must have a hull of 4 or less and must leave one upgrade slot unfilled. So you can run a Constitution class, you can run the Enterprise, you can run the Constellation, the Defiant, 1764 version, the Intrepid. So you got multiple options here. And then this mission uses a 36 inch by 60 inch play area, so definitely extending the map a little bit more. The Federation ship sets up in an 8 inch by 36 area along the southern edge of the play area, and the Romulan ships then set up in the same area, but not within range 1 to 3 of the Federation ship. So basically, the Federation ship sets up in range 2, the Romulan ship set up in range 1 from the southern edge, but you cannot set your Romulan ships within range 1 to 3 of the Federation ship. Special rules. Stolen cloaking device. The Federation ship has stolen the cloaking device from the Romulan ship. They must install the device and escape. At the end of the end phase of each round, place one mission token on the Federation ship card. This represents that your ship is attempting to install the stolen cloaking device. During the activation phase, the Federation ship may use the following action. Roll one attack die for each mission token on your ship's ship card. If you roll at least one hit result, you have successfully installed the stolen cloaking device to your ship, and you may now use the cloak and sensor echo actions as if they were listed on the ship's action bar. If you roll any hit results, treat this action as a free action. So nice little thematic action there. And then here are the objectives. So no ship may have any upgrade deployed to it that allows it to be removed from the play area. So no warp jump, any of those type of cards. And then the Romulan player. You win if you destroy the Federation ship. And the Federation player, you win if you exit the play area through the northern edge of the play area with the cloaking device successfully installed. So a nice little fun game to play at home, especially if you got a newer player and you're still trying to teach them how to play and fly and dodge and weave. Overall, I think this pack is okay for what it does. It was a nice little addition to the Romulans, giving them something other than a D'Deridex class. Definitely, if you can pick it up, I would suggest picking it up. I think Liviana Charvenek, especially if you're a Romulan player, is definitely one of those cards you want to have in your arsenal. But overall, pretty good pack. So thank you all for joining me for this quick video. I hope you are having a good day. Don't forget to like and subscribe to the channel for more content, and we'll see you around the shipyard.